Welcome back.
And welcome back indeed. So we're celebrating 9 years, Marlene.
Are.
And it's a beautiful, fun Friday morning, actually. And this guy just stepped in with us.
Of course.
It's actually the mayor of Belize City. Mayor Darrell Bradley, welcome, good morning, and thank you so very much for celebrating our 9 years with us.
Man, thank you very much, and I feel like I have to there because it's been such a great pleasure. I mean, when they had initially reached out to me and said 9 years, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something where you just see the growth of the show. Like in some mornings I look, you have things about science, things about climate change, things about politics, things about culture. And it's such a varied experience that you always think that, oh, 9 years hasn't gone by so fast, but you always think, man, Open Your Eyes has always been there.
Yeah. And for all of your 7 years in the public eye, 7 going on...
Six.
Well, it was 6 in office, but there was also the campaign period before.
Yeah, you're correct. So it's been 7 years.
So that was my guess of 7. And, you know, I think if we could have done a calculation of a frequent guest, you'd be one of our top ranking as well. And it's great to have you here as a part of our anniversary because one, we are a Belize City-based station, even though we work very hard to have national appeal. So tell us a bit about your experiences on the other side of the couch.
Well, I mean, it's been very good. Like, I really appreciate and I value the input and the opportunity of media because really and truly that gives you your platform to be able to share information to the public, to engage in a very meaningful way. It's not the only form of engagement, but it's a very powerful form. And I know that when I've sat on this couch, we've talked about various things. Of course, in a campaign, it gets a little bit kind of tense, but if you're talking about emergency management, if you're talking about projects and so forth. So I've always appreciated the opportunity, the engagement. It's always fun to be here in the morning, and I always feel like it's light. It's like you're talking to an old friend and you're sharing information and so forth. And it's just really that I want to express on behalf of the city, on behalf of our councillors, on behalf of the entire community, really a thank you for 9 years of a wonderful, wonderful experience. I think people really don't fully appreciate the impact of a show like this. I mean, I've traveled throughout the world. I've been blessed with that. And I can tell you that this is you mentioned a national appeal, but it's really like an international appeal. When you go to the Caribbean, when you go to the United States, the level of interaction with the host, Marlene, and so forth, it's been phenomenal. It's really been phenomenal.
You're a man of many ideas, and over your 7 years being in the forefront actually, and because of the campaign year, how you've been on Open Your Eyes so many times, but how have this program helped you out in terms of getting your work done?
Well, I think first of all, it has made me much more cognizant of the importance of engagement. Many times we've been on this set, and Marlene, you would open my thought process in terms of other areas that
open your eyes.
Yeah, you're not thinking about it. So that I think that it has really enabled me and enabled members of the council to really be sharper in terms of our perspective. It's very good that you have that level of strong and professional journalism that both of you bring, but also with the kind of comfort and ease of sitting on a couch and being able to, like you're at home, and being able to share with people who not only in TV land, but like they're right next to you and you're sharing a conversation about a vision or a project. And I think that combination of really the professionalism on the journalism side and then the ease and comfort has really been a great opportunity for us to be able to share a platform.
I'm grateful that you mentioned that because, you know, you use the word tense. I think sometimes we've had not difficult, but we've had conversations where obviously the effort in being able to get information was a bit harder than other times, but granted, because we're in two different positions. But I think one of the things that a lot of people don't really know is that, yes, that's my job, but it can be done in a respectful manner.
Of course.
And I think that one of the things we can appreciate about you as a politician, as a public figure, is that you've never shied away from the media, from the most controversial topics to coming out and talking about your partnership with NGOs and social causes. And so I just want to have you share on that particular experience. That sometimes you know you're coming in and there's a controversy brewing, and you know that the responsibility we have is to be able to get information to share with the public. What encourages you to still do that while so many other public figures would choose to walk away?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a recognition of the role that you are when you are elected official. Your obligation at all times is to be accountable. Really and truly, I always say that it's like a salesman. You always have to sell your vision. And the media is that opportunity to be able to pitch your vision and really to convince people. It's not only in an election time that you should be in campaign mode, but if we're thinking about toll project, if we're thinking about a commercial center or a municipal bond, you have to use that opportunity and to defend your vision so that you're able to inform, you're able to hear perspectives from members of the public. You will hone in your opinion and it would be modified. But that's an essential feature of the democratic process. I think that it's a failure in our society that people do not embrace the idea of an open society. In other parts that I've been, there's now information about open data, there's open sourcing, there's all these kinds of discussions going on that really every person should have access to information. And the job of a politician is to be a conduit to that information so that there could be accountability. And I think that that's where the media and the government side have a good synergy, because it's always been the position, and I maintain this, that a politician should always be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Everything that you should do should be something that is defended on an ongoing basis, so that you are, that's the democratic process at work, that people are hearing information and you're being challenged, so that when I come here, I always appreciate the point that if it's a difficult day, that you won't be easy on me, because that's part of the democratic process, and you are part of that process as well, because you sit in the shoe of the average person in the community who may want to ask that question, Mr. Bradley, why you spend so much money per commercial center rather than street or rather than this? And that's a valid question, so that I always appreciate the role that you play in terms of bringing out those tough decisions so that people can hear a response and they can make up their mind.
You know, Mayor Bradley, over the past few years, because to a lot of us, you're a no nonsense guy. You don't take, don't bring it here. And because you're doing that as a politician, and even though you've spoken against your own party in terms of what you believe, that is one of the things that actually makes you a role model to a lot of young people. And people are actually shying away from actually leading because they don't want to eventually get that stigma, that political stigma, which eventually derails their family. What do you say to our young people, Mr. Mayor, in terms of, if you've got a vision, doesn't matter who you are or where you are, who you have to answer to, you stick to your vision?
Well, I think you always have to be determined. You have to be principled. And this is something, even bad people are principled. They just stick to the wrong principles. But I think there's a certain value in having a certain base that guides you and just really leading from that. And I think one of the things that I've seen in our society is, in many sectors, in business, in all areas, and especially in government, you don't have the level of leadership that will really bring that kind of change that people expect. So that one of the things I'm very hopeful about is, as I've been in office, that you can attract more people to come in office. You can attract people with a different type of perspective. You can attract people who can say, we need to get rid of these political divisions, which really are just artificial. And we need to come together in different sectors, media and politics, UDP and PUP, for the national development of the country. It doesn't mean that we won't have divisions. It doesn't mean that we won't have an election. But at the end of the day, we can recognize that all of us are Belizean, and all of us can work towards the advancement of society. And when you see something that is anathema to the advancement of our country, you call it out and you criticize it, even if it is from your own political party. Because at the end of the day, we want a community that all of us appreciate living in. I mean, I'm very mindful of the fact that I have 2 children, and I would want my children to grow up in Belize, to live and work and come and open their eyes, hopefully sometime into the future, and share their own platform and their vision. But you then have to work to build that society that you want to see.
and one of the things people don't know about, well, I'm sure they know because you speak of your family a lot, is that you are a dedicated father. In fact, your children have been here, not on air, as a great live audience, a great quiet live audience, oftentimes during your appearance.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you stopping in today, and you know, this is a day where we get the opportunity to talk beyond just topics, kind of just talk about the experience itself, and it's great to hear from you, as we mentioned, as somebody who doesn't shy away from coming on, no matter what the topic is, and always appreciating the interaction that needs to take place between people in public office and the media.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All
Actually, right. I would want to just briefly present this award to Open Your Eyes. It's a special recognition award on behalf of our city's 67,000 residents, and I would say our national community and the international community. We really have appreciated 9 years of excellence in journalism and really the warmth of the interaction. You've done a lot in promoting a certain level of standard. I think that Open Your Eyes has really set the bar on a regional and on a global level, and I appreciate every minute of every day that I spend on this couch, given the opportunity to share a platform and a vision. So thank you very much, and this is on behalf of our city council and on behalf of our residents.
Oh, thank you. I have to stand up, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We appreciate it. And of course it says, in honor of 9 years of outstanding achievements and contributions to local programming that educates and informs our populace. We appreciate it, Mayor.
Thank you very much.
So very
Thank
much.
you very much.
That's just to say that we in the public and even politicians, it may not seem so all the time, but we do appreciate you both.
Well, of course.
We've had quite a few on the show, and it's not always about difficult topics. So thank you once again. And now we're actually going to shift over to some music. That's always a very integral part of our morning show. And we are joined this morning by representatives of the Pallotti School of Music. So we'll have some classical tunes as a little intermission as Mayor Bradley leaves us this morning. Thank you once again.
Thank you once again.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
What a way to celebrate 9 years, Stephanie and her crew, the Pallotti Music School. What's the name of that piece?
This was the arrival of the Queen of Sheba.
Wow.
So I chose this because it's more celebratory for you all, and we're happy to be here celebrating your 9th anniversary.
Definitely.
And we thank you all for being always welcoming to us and having us promote our music school and music on a whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
You know, and I'm glad you said that, Stephanie, because we've actually had you here in different capacities as
Yes.
well. Whether it's Pallotti School of Music, there's been smaller
Orchestra,
groups,
yeah.
there's been the National Orchestra.
Yes.
And I think, you know, a lot of times with our very limited knowledge of classical music, you guys have been able to educate us and the public about the hard work and dedication that goes into your practice.
Thank you.
Tell us about what that experience is like, coming on the show and showcasing the music that you all are so passionate and
I
dedicated
am always
to.
so nervous.
know.
But no, it's the music drives me to come, and because I really want to get it out there in the country. And this is a wonderful opportunity to do that. And I have, like, after shows, I'd get calls, especially when we're promoting our concerts or stuff. So we get either calls for like tickets or calls like, my son wants to learn violin or piano or such.
You know, but while we're playing here, I'm sure that you guys have something coming up soon. When is the next concert?
Yes, I have it right here. My flyer is right here. Yeah. So our next concert is Sunday, December 3rd, 6 p.m. at the Bliss.
So a Christmas special.
Our Christmas special. We're kicking off the season. Yeah.
With some beautiful music. And I wanted to just ask one more question
Sure.
before we start to wrap up. But you've brought kids on the show, which I
We
think is
have.
one of the most amazing things to see. Little ones with violins almost as big as them. And I always see you behind the scenes, which people never get to see, trying to coordinate them.
Yes,
Tell us a
it's-
bit about that. I've never gotten the chance to ask you on
Oh
air.
man, that's a lot of work, but it's fun, exciting,
Yeah.
and just getting everybody, in tune. I'm always running all around the stage, at the back or on the stage, but it's fun. It's
But-
good.
but
At
so-
the end, when you see them and they're playing, it feels really good.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that music does for people is actually put them. It's like you're going for that mind ease situation,
Yes.
and it also instills discipline. And
It
there are a lot of
does.
parents who would like to to have their kids be a part of some sort musical instrument, especially the violin. So, do you do lessons, or
Yes,
you
we
could join the
do.
Pallotti School Music School?
Yes, we all teach here.
Yeah.
We
Really?
teach-
Everybody's are teachers now?
Everybody's a teacher. Wow.
Yeah, and we teach violin, viola, cello, flute, piano. We also have trumpet. He's not here, but we teach a variety. There's voice and guitar as well.
Tell Trumpy has to come back the next time.
No.
Let's introduce your
I
crew
was just
before.
Yes.
gonna ask,
So this is Chelsea.
Yeah.
Hi,
We've had
Chelsea.
Chelsea on the show as well, talking about starting to play at 18, wasn't it? 11? Okay. Wow.
Carol, hey, Nadia, and Selma, and Bryce.
All right, all right.
Yes.
That was quick. but
Good
yeah,
morning, everybody, and
Sorry.
thank you for being here.
That's right.
And some look a little bit more nervous, some look happy and more awake now. And we know you've been asking for the cake, so you can, if you want to stick around for it, you
Yeah,
can,
stick
and help
around.
us sing happy
We have to go to work.
anniversary.
Oh, man.
But we all wanted to say happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate the fact that you are always willing to come in, and we know it's very early in the morning to bring all your equipment and to give us a great performance in the show as well. So thank you.
We were very excited when they called us, and I said, sure, we'll come.
All right, excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
And we are going to keep the anniversary theme going. We have a couple more greetings. So we've had a lot of people who've been stopping in over the past couple weeks, and we've been asking them to kind of share their own special memory and their thoughts on their experience with Open Your Eyes. So that's what we're going to head into now.
My name is Kamina Johnson-Smith. I'm the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade of Jamaica. And on behalf of the people of Jamaica, I want to wish Open Your Eyes a happy 9th anniversary. I want to wish the entire team congratulations for all their hard work and say what a fantastic show it is. I'm glad to have been a part of it this morning on your special day, and I wish you another year of great success.
Happy anniversary, open your eyes.
Stay lit.
Stay educational.
Stay woke.
Happy anniversary, Open Your Eyes. We want to thank you for all that you've done showing and highlighting the work of Belize Audubon Society, and we wish you many more years of broadcasting and many more years of great content.
Feliz Nueve Aniversario to Open Your Eyes.